We steal the essence from their sweat. I'll tug it from their tears. I'll sniff it from their hair.
You're a fool, Gargamel. My Smurfs are well on their way home by now.
Oh yeah, let's fight this time.
We all remember the plan, right?
Let's get our Smurf on. Ready? What's happening?
All right, everybody, welcome to the 25th video of this summer vacation. Well, it's kind of coming into an end and going into the school year. So I just wanted to wish everybody good luck in the school year, and if you just apply yourself, focus, you will be well on your way and it'll go by like a breeze. So, movie recommendation of the week, The Smurfs. There are, I think, 3 movies. The Smurfs, The Smurfs 2, and The Smurfs The Lost Village. This is the first of the 3 in total. I think there may be much more than that. And TV series and all of that. But it's a great movie. Has Neil Patrick Harris. If you don't know him, he is hilarious. You'll love him. So, without further ado, our lesson of the week is basically understanding multiplying by multiples of tens. When I say multiples, it's the same thing like a factor. It's a number that, basically, let's say if it was a multiple of 10, it would be 10 times any number would get you that multiple. That multiple. So a multiple is basically saying the product of any quantity or the product of a desired number and a regular integer. So, for example, if I said 10 times 5. 5 was the random integer, we had 50. Hence, 50 is a multiple of 10. So we're trying to understand how to multiply by multiples of 10, meaning 60, 70, 90, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 50,000, and so forth. So I said this in one of our previous videos, and I just wanted to elaborate. I just wanted to say really quickly here. I think it was the multiplying videos, the multiplication tables part 2, where I give you this little trick. And it was basically like, if it was a 10, or 100, or 1,000, or even, doesn't even matter how many zeros there are, if you multiply it by a number, a regular number, it could be however many digits you want, however many zeros there are to the right of the 1, you just add it here. So then this would be the answer. Let's say we're doing 100 times 15. There are 2 zeros here, so we just add 2 zeros. 100 again, we'll do 1,000 times 101. We write 101, and we add 3 zeros. So that's the trick. But let me elaborate on it for multiples. If I said 80, which is the multiple of 10, times 5, what would that equal? Now that's what we're going to try to understand. If I said 80 times 50, what does that equal? Well, for us to understand that, we need to know what we're doing in, let's say, 100 times 5. Because we know that we just write 5 and we just add 2 zeros. So in a sense, what are we doing? Basically, it's hard to understand what we're doing, but you might not know you're doing it. But you're actually just removing all the zeros and just multiplying all of the numbers that are not zeros to get an answer, and however many zeros you took out, you just add. So if I did 80 times 5 and we did that same method, we take out all the zeros and we get with 8 times 5. 8 times 5 is what? 40. We took away what? 1 zero? So we add 1 zero. Same thing over here. Take away all the zeros, and what do we have left? We have 8 times 5. What is 8 times 5? 40 again. How many zeros we took away? 2. So we just add 2 zeros. Let's try it again. 900 times, let's say, 8. Do this by yourself with the steps that we discussed. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. There are 3 total steps. Pause the video, but I'm going to pause myself for like around 5 seconds. Alright, so step number 1, take away, probably should have given myself more space, all zeros. Take away all the zeros, and we are just left with 9 times 8. What do we get? 72. That's step number 2, find the product. Step number 3, add the zeros back to the product. So we took away 2 zeros, we add 2 zeros. So take a little snippet of this. There you go. Can't zoom in, so try to picture it, and I'm going to move to a new slide. So just one more example, why not? 300 times 1500, or 1,500. Now, try to do this by yourself, and then we'll converse. I'll pause for 5 seconds. Alright, first step, take away all zeros. When we do that, we get 3 times 15. What's the answer to that? Step number 2, 45. Boom. So we write 45 over here, and step number 3, put all the zeros back. So we took away 4 zeros, we give back 4 zeros. It's as simple as that. Now I attached some worksheets, that's slash games, sorry for that. Attached worksheets and games for you. And the worksheets start off really easy. They're like, let's say 7 times 40 to get you to understand it. So you might just do 7 times 4 to get 28, just add the 0 at the end. So they'll do that, and then they progressively get a bit challenging, and the last like 10 will be surrounding these sort of scenarios where you have both of the numbers having the zeros. But guess what? It's just as easy as this one, because you just do the same thing. You take away the zeros, find the answer, count the number of zeros, and just add it. So I kind of said this in the description below, but this is really important, guys. If you want to take one thing away from your multiplication unit and just bring it into life and have it with you forever and ever, this will be it. Multiplying with zeros at the end of numbers and the multiples of tens and whatnot, it will help you. I promise you that. It is so useful to understand this. And it's just that you will use it on so many tests throughout high school and college and so forth, that knowing this is just so crucial. And I said it, and I'm going to say it again. If I were to choose any one of these videos, I would watch this one. By far, easiest statement I'll ever make. If I want to know one thing out of all these videos, it would be this little trick right here. So, alright guys, hope you enjoyed this little video here. Stay safe, stay cool, stay learning. Bye-bye.